Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's Mace, coming to you from Vancouver Island in Canada. Commonwealth Cousins over here. The remote life of an Outback Aussie cop. The origin story of Max Rockatansky. This is going to be taking a look at police officers who take postings in the Outback and how that life may differ to their previous posting. I've worked for the police before. I've worked in policing, so it'll be interesting to see that from my perspective, as well as a lover of Mad Max. And I think I'm gonna get Mad Max vibes all over this video. Let's get it. Darwin. And just a preface to this video, I have seen Wake in Fright, which I think is bloody fantastic. Great film. Also Wolf Creek, Jindabyne, a lot of good Australian films. Mad Max. Like that. That looks like a shot from Fury Road right there. Look at that beautiful orange hue. Inspiring cinematographer of Blade Runner.
Culgra is a highway station. We cover from the NTSA border all the way up to Stewart's Well, which is about 200 k's worth of Stewart Highway. Plus we cover about 150 to 180 k's along the Lassiter Highway, which is the road that leads out to Ayers Rock. So apart from traffic duties, we also take care of
Did you say over 250 kilometers of highway? Which is... That's a long strip of highway. That's a big area to cover. Jeez.
Indigenous communities.
Luke Gailey has been the local cop in Culgra for the past year. Born in Sydney, it's about as far out of his comfort zone as he could get.
Family-wise, we just had...
Growing up in Sydney and then going just into the boonies. I could think like in Canada there's postings for the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, the RCMP. They can get postings in little tiny Indigenous areas and just very, very low population communities. And there might be only one officer for a huge, vast area, maybe 2 officers, 3 officers. But it becomes pretty risky but also rewarding, and as well, they get to see and do things and experience things most people will never get a chance to do. So it's pretty cool, I think, overall.
Our son and that sort of stuff, so we knew if we wanted to do this, it had to happen before he went to school. Also, I'd done some relief work and really enjoyed it. So we started looking for somewhere that would suit us for a couple of years before our son went to school. Go, 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 go! Oh, good one.
When we lived in Tennant Creek, Luke did a little bit of relief work out at remote stations for a couple of weeks or a couple of months.
His leg doesn't look too good there, does it?
I'm gonna rest you.
And that was really nice, see a few different places. We moved back to Darwin, and again, Luke did a few different remote stints at places across the top end, and we thought, well, if you're going to do all this remote relief,
might as well go somewhere remote.
All this time, why don't we just go remote together and see what it's like to live proper remote.
Luke joined the Northern Territory Police Force after a stint in the military and tour of Afghanistan.
Today we're off to Fink, Apachula, to do a general community patrol and just do some general follow-ups of things that have occurred over the last week or so.
He's found the most rewarding aspect of the job is by far the day-to-day interaction, where you become more than an officer, but a part-time counsellor, teacher, and even footy coach.
Yeah, I enjoy it. We have a good relationship with the Fink community, and they They generally enjoy our company. It's good to be involved with them in this atmosphere, as well as it gives you a better ability to engage with them on a more one-on-one level, not so much just being there to lock.
That's really where the work gets done sometimes, isn't it? At the one-on-one level, because all of our micro, what would you call it? Micro interactions through a day, like they form threads, right? Through the world. Like they form threads of kindness, of anger. The transference of anger is a thing. The transference of happiness is a thing. So yeah, I think life is short. We should all be kind to each other. Loving this video of Australia. Love the incredible scenery and the story we get of this young man here taking a chance and taking a different, making a decision to go out and live differently for a bit, get a different experience, and with his wife and kid. It's pretty cool, pretty beautiful, and yeah.
Come up, but being able to kick the footy with the kids every now and again, and just talk to them as a friend sometimes, and help them out with things, as well as doing what we have to do. So
there definitely is, sometimes, I've worked with youth as well, and sometimes with like troubled youth per se, they might have very negative experiences with the police, and develop this kind of antagonistic way of thinking with the police. So it is crucial, I think, to have a hand reaching out, and officers making that effort and showing that they truly are there to help and are not the enemy.
Hey Lorraine, how are you?
Hello, love.
How's the night patrol going, alright?
That's alright. Getting busy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How are the kids going?
All good.
Yeah?
Not many kids at night.
Sorted that problem out from the other day?
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
While most of the time things are pretty calm and sleepy around here, there's a few days of the year that all changes.
Races. Can't bloody see.
Population explodes from anywhere from 3,000 to 4,000.
This is what I'm talking about.
Between spectators, competitors. The Fink community also runs their sports carnival that weekend.
This is the best quality we got here.
Indigenous people from other communities travelling to the sports carnival. It's quite amazing to see
sports carnival.
The transformation.
I want to attend a sports
about
carnival.
A 4 or 5 day period. It's incredible.
There's also tourist season, and the main highway connecting the territory to the rest of the country, and the famous, iconic Uluru.
Uluru.
Afternoon. How are you? All right? Yeah, good, thank you. So just an RBT today. Anything alcoholic to drink at all?
No.
No? No worries. What I need from you is a sample of your breath.
Whoa. That's... You get... It's not like that shocking to me, but he's just coming right out with the breathalyzer. Usually, like, police here, when you go through a DUI checkpoint, or whatever you want to call it, a checkpoint where they're usually looking for intoxicated drivers, they'll usually chat with you, and if they don't smell alcohol and you're not slurring your speech or look drunk, they're not going to breathalyze you. That seems... It seems like the automatic need for the breathalyzer seems a bit much. And I'm just being devil's advocate here. Like, I'm just thinking, this guy's just going about his day. I get stopping. Like, that's totally fine. Stopping, even giving ID. But to get a breath sample, I don't know, how far can you take? Well, if you're doing nothing wrong, what are you worried about? But, yeah, I don't know.
I'll provide you one long steady to blow through the tube, and I'll let you know when to stop, okay? When you're ready.
Or maybe it was a law brought in
Scott,
because there
have
was
you got your licence on you today? Yeah.
big
It
problems
gets
with
very busy, so I guess the best way to explain that would be, so we
DUIs
do
and
RBTs
the Outback.
all year round, and off-peak season we can set an RBT for hours and get 50 people, as opposed to during the tourist season we can do an RBT for an hour and we'll have 200-300 people tested. So it's I don't have the exact numbers, but yeah, it's quite large.
Lots of traffic, long driving distances, and inexperienced drivers can make this job merciless. They've seen their share of trauma.
Within remote work, you're expected to do a lot more. So, as police, obviously we're first responders across the board, and
At the airport
we'll
there in the back,
respond to
or is
similar
that-
jobs, whether it's Palmerston, Darwin, Alice, or out here. The difference lies in the support you then get post that. Sometimes, for crashes, for example, there can be a delay in support.
Yeah, naturally.
Where
It's
you've
a
then
big
got to step
space.
up and fill the gaps.
It's also a huge pastoral region, sprawling cattle stations, the main industry down this way.
Yeah, I think there's 24 cattle stations. We deal with them in a varying degree. Some we hardly hear from, and others we'll hear from quite a bit. So
What can some of the issues be?
there's generally not issues coming from them. Their general contact will be MVR related and those sorts of things, firearms and licensing for their staff and that sort of stuff. Some of the issues that have arisen in the past is disputes over cattle and things like that get sorted generally in-house.
It's a life foreign to many, but Louise has used her unique situation to tell the rest of the world about remote policing through a Facebook page.
So his house is like right at the police station. They got a nice place.
Well, I thought it would be an interesting way to share with other people what it's like to live remote and share also what it's like to be a police wife as well. And I thought it'd be interesting when you have those odd stories or funny days to get it out there and let people know that things can happen and change so quickly, and just sort of shed a light on what it's like to be a remote family.
Certainly a different vibe than Sydney, Australia, that's for sure, or Darwin.
Their time in the outback, however, is coming to a close.
No, I think we'll definitely miss the peace and quiet in the big yard and being able to let our little man yell and scream and run around without worrying about neighbours too much. So, yeah, we'll definitely miss it.
It's been really special for us. It's not something a lot of people get to do. And it's not something a lot of people can say they've even had the opportunity to consider. So for us it's been really interesting, and for Emmett growing up out and seeing this place, he can always have some pretty unique stories to tell people. And we've had the opportunity to spend a lot of time together and see lots of different things around the area as well, that insiders' knowledge of really cool little spots to go that if you were just passing through you'd never get.
The insider's knowledge. Listen, what was her name again? Let's go back a bit. Louise. Listen, Louise. Don't post your inside knowledge on the internet for everybody to find and then go and ruin those areas if they're truly, really, really amazing. That's just a little side comment at the end. We would call that a Dub T Mac. Yeah, the namesake of this channel. The namesake of this channel. Very, very cool video. Very, very interesting topic. You know, having that contrast going from Sydney or Darwin way into the outback. Like the population, we didn't really get a number on the population there, but it seems like, is it like 80 people? 200 people? What are we looking at? What's the population like? Anyways, good stuff. See you on the next one. Deal? Dealio. Witness me. Oh, I also rap. You can find me streaming services, every single one. Well, pretty much every single one. You can find me at MAC3Y.